Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is TalkFPL, and now that the international break has concluded, it's that time of the week again. It's time for FPL Essentials. Whether you're a seasoned FPL Pro, an FPL Fanatic, or you're just starting out, this video's sole aim is to help you climb the ranks of FPL. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's do some FPL Essentials. First up, we have our differentials. I'm going to show you two in this video, and there's another one in a shorts video on my channel, so do be sure to check that out. The first of our differentials this week is James Maddison, of whom I was surprised to find out is only owned by 5.4%. Whilst Johnson is the talk of the town at the moment, scoring 7 goals in 7 games, I do like Maddison a bit more for the long term. Whilst he's only got 2 goals and 2 assists this season in the Premier League, he has boasted 5.12 expected goal involvement, and per 90 he's 4th for expected goal involvement, just behind Salah, Saka and Palmer. Now I don't know about you, but Saka and Salah and Palmer are all premium options. Salah at almost 13 million and Saka and Palmer at 10 and 10.8 respectively. So to have a player who's 3 million less than two of them and 6 million less than Salah for similar output per 90 on expected data, it seems like a no-brainer to me. It seems like a bargain, and it seems like a player I really want for the long term given Tottenham's future fixtures. I will be one of the people rooting for him. The only question is, will you? Now, last non-differential is a player I'd be surprised to call differential, given at the start of the season he was owned by over 30% of managers, now down to just 5.6% after battling both injury and illness. It's none other than Phil Foden. 19 goals and 8 assists last season, with underlying stats to better or even match that. 0.6 goals per 90, 3.3 shots per 90, and 0.47 big chances per 90. As you can see above me, he has nothing short of great fixtures, at least from an attacking perspective. Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton and Tottenham, which as far as attacking fixtures go, I don't see many better. That includes Brighton, Tottenham and Bournemouth. One thing we know about Foden from last season, his high ceiling for points, scoring 2 hat-tricks. May I remind you, he was not highly owned when he scored those 2 hat-tricks, and it could be a very good point to get you ahead of everyone else who was Palmer and Saka, who both have tough fixtures coming up, whereas Foden, fixtures are blessed. Only question is, have you got the guts to do it? Before we continue, I'd like to tell you all about something very special. I have my own FPL mini league. The code to join it is X82HST. There'll be a link posted in the description inviting you to join it as well, and the people with the highest score each game week and the people on the top of the leaderboard each week will get a shout out on here. Currently, that is me, so I guess I give myself a little pat on the back, but join it and who knows, you might get a shout out at the end of each week. Now moving on to what might be one of the most important parts in FPL, captaincy. Last week, to give you a recap, I captained Bukayo Saka. After his amazing performance despite no returns against Leicester, he managed to bag 1 goal and provide 2 assists against Southampton. Southampton have been the worst team in the league, and a certain Norwegian is playing them in Game Week 8, so I think that's captain sorted out next week, but let's not think too far ahead. This week I have 3 candidates for you, 1 who is very differential and 2 who are more template picks. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first option is Mohamed Salah, who has a home fixture against his previous club Chelsea, a fixture which he does seem to love by the numbers. 7 goals and 3 assists in his games against them. What makes this fixture so appetizing is Fofana and Cucurella are both suspended, and when they have been in the squad, Chelsea have been a stranger to keeping clean sheets. So without them, it increases the appetite more for Salah, especially given Cucurella would be the one marking Salah. A few very important things to know about Salah is that 1, he's fixture proof, 2, he's an important FPL asset, a proven FPL asset, and potentially one of the best of all time in terms of FPL assets, and 3, he's going to enjoy playing against his past club as always. Now on to the safest captaincy option this week, and in my opinion the best, Erling Haaland of Man City against Wolves. In this fixture, Haaland has scored 8 goals, and the more impressive thing is that he's only done it in 4 games. He blanked in 1 game, scored a goal in the other, 3 goals in the other, and 4 in another. This season so far, he has 10 goals, and Wolves have 21 goals against, ranked 20th in the table and 20th for goals against. Of course, there's no doubting Haaland's ability given he's one of the best finishers in the Premier League currently. And he's continued his goal scoring form on international break, scoring 2 goals against Slovenia. He will be the most popular captaincy option this week, and he will be my captaincy option, but is there a better option lying in a differential? Well, look no further, because here he is. We have Brian Mbeumo of Brentford, who has an away fixture against Manchester United. He's only scored 1 goal in this fixture, but that doesn't faze me, as this season there's a different pattern. Teams are doing much better away from home rather than at home, and I think this trend is continuing. Man United have not been terribly good at home, but away from home they've kept 3 clean sheets. And Bruno has been fantastic this season, 6 goals. He's only blanked twice, which those games being against Man City and Liverpool. So you have a very sustained floor there. Against Manchester United as well, I think the ceiling is as high as the sky, given their defensive structure. Whilst playing striker is good for him, if he plays right wing as well, he's got a very big pro in that United do not have a fit left back, and I do imagine one of Johnny Evans or Lisandro Martinez will be starting there. The very special thing about Mbeumo is that he was the first differential mentioned in this series, and now we're looking at potentially captaining him. Well, do you have the guts to do it, and will you be one of the owners cheering him on at 3 PM on Saturday? Now moving on, we have Team Talk FPL, the team reveal of my team for Game Week 8. In goal, I have gone for Matt Sells. The Forest keeper has some good fixtures coming up, and I do think he's the best keeper under 5 million long term. In defence, I have gone for Rico Lewis, the man who was rested for England as Kyle Walker played, the player who's fighting for his place. With Rodriel, I think he'll still be in the starting lineup for the next couple of weeks, especially given the easier fixture run. I've gone for Gabriel, Mr. Bullet Header himself. He's been a bit lacklustre since getting him on Wildcard, conceding to both Leicester and Southampton, but hopefully saving a clean sheet and a bullet header, leading to 15 lovely points for us against Bournemouth. Trent Alexander-Arnold next. Definitely earned the 7 million price tag. The title being a premium defender. He's been stellar so far. Clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet. Some more attacker returns would be nice, but I'm sure they're on their way. In midfield, I have gone for Brennan Johnson, of whom I'm looking to capitalise on his purple patch. Hopefully he can score in his next few games, continuing this incredible run of form on 7 goals in 7 games currently. Hopefully we can take that to 8 or 9 before I try and eventually move him out for Palmer or a Foden, sacrificing a premium defender, of course. Morgan Rogers hasn't played in the international break, so he will be a perfect candidate. He won't have too much European rotation, and I think he can be a very good fit statistically for the game against Fulham. That powerhouse trio of Duran, Watkins, and Rogers has been devastating to watch so far. Brian Mbeumo next, who is my vice captain ahead of Bukayo Saka, which might be surprising to some, but Saka won't play a team like Southampton or Leicester each week, and Bournemouth definitely are better than them. Saka taking on a more creative approach as well. I do see some points though, but not as much as some people would hope for given the mass transfers in. Brian Mbeumo I've talked about already, and I do see some serious points potential for him. Unfortunately, he does only make my vice captain though, as on the forward line I have gone for Erling Haaland, Kai Havertz, and Chris Wood. Haaland needs no explanation. We've talked about him before. That game against Wolves could be an absolute massacre. Potential triple captain opportunity, may I add. Kai Havertz has been phenomenal. He scored in every home game for Arsenal, although I am really running out of ways to describe him, and he's been phenomenal. If I do get rid of a Saka made for Palmer and get Foden on top of it, I would really love to keep Kai Havertz, especially for those home games, and he's a very good striker, very good finisher. Chris Wood last. He has had a pattern of scoring goals every 2 weeks, which means he's on course for a blank this week, which, if you believe in conspiracy theories and superstitious, then it could lead to a bit of bad news. But I have got him starting for now against Crystal Palace, although I am tempted to change the first one on my bench, who is Antoine Semenyo, because Arsenal's defence hasn't been anything short of great recently. They have conceded 2 against Leicester and 1 against Southampton. Yes, they were low expected goal shots, but they shouldn't have gone in. And I think Semenyo can capitalise on that. He's taken one of the most shots out of all players. I think he's second behind Haaland. Joining him on the bench, we have Lumley of Southampton, 4 million goalkeeper. We have Mikalenko, who's got a positive injury update as he's back in training for Everton, and we have Greaves. Third on the bench, never going to play. I've got 1.8 million in the bank, and I look to roll a transfer as I'll have 3 free transfers next season, which will help me for the upcoming game weeks. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you made this far, comment FPL is life. Mini league code again is on screen, X82HST. There will be a link to that in the description, and there will also be a link to my Twitter page. In weeks where I do not post videos, for whatever reason, there will be always content on Twitter, in-depth analysis, differentials, bonus differentials to what you see in the video. I've got one on there now. I'll leave a link to that post in the description as well. And always remember, FPL is life, and I hope you get a green arrow this week.